This video is sponsored by Devilbook. Devilbook is a classic adventure MMO game that has the awesome feature that the more you play, the more you get drawn into its fairy tale graphic style world that's filled with exciting action, fun character development, and an amazing sense of progression. This hand-drawn action MMO features 30 kinds of cute characters with effective and fancy skills, character traits, and interesting storylines. With more than 100 pieces of collectible equipment, upgrades, and abilities, you will get lost in this game from the moment you start playing it. As you delve deeper into its diverse game modes such as the main story, Tower of Conquest where you test your skills, PvP, and boss dungeons. Click the link in the description below and the top comment. Go ahead and check out the game and gain access to unlimited rolls for a selective summon that you will get absolutely free after you play the tutorial. Check out this game, I recommend it highly.
Prepare yourself to insane.
Ever since I reviewed the trailer for this animation, I've been waiting on the edge of my seats until it finally dropped, and then it did on my birthday. So that was a great birthday present, and I've been wanting to cover it ever since and give you guys my honest review because this is a 11-minute animation. No 2 to 5 minutes here. This is a full-on animation with different clips from different projects that this guy RHG Animations has worked on in sort of a collaboration sense with brand new clips, and you'll see here he's got a really unique and interesting way in transitioning from story to story. So this is the entire Moro arc, fully animated, completely animated by a brand new Dragon Ball fan animator on the block, RHG Animations. I'm gonna leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description below and the top comment. Make sure you go ahead and check him out, hit a subscribe, and I'm gonna leave a link to the original Dragon Ball fan animation. That way you guys can go ahead and watch it in its entirety. But today I am going to cover each saga as it's broken down in this animation and give you guys my honest thoughts on what the animation is, how it feels, and what exactly it covers. Let's go ahead and jump in. It's juice and jam time. The first arc we get Goku facing off against Moro, and this is Moro when he is still looking very anthropomorphic, looking more like a goat, and he is facing off against Ultra Instinct Goku. Now, the fight itself wasn't as crazy as this is in the manga, in my opinion. This has a lot more movement, a lot more skill involved in exactly how the beams are being distributed and the techniques that Goku is trying to use in his Omen form against Moro. And you can see here that this may be an earlier animation or may have started the animation process first because of its lack of detail in the movement, everything. As you're gonna see here in a few more chapters, that the detail actually accelerates and it becomes a lot more intensive. And once we get this clip of Goku facing off against Moro, we cut to Yardrat Vegeta in his meditation, trying to figure out exactly what abilities and skills he can use to face off against the Titan. But this is probably one of my favorite things that RHG is doing in this video, and that is with some of the lead up moments to different parts of the Moro arc, he is using manga panels as a transition screen, showing you exactly what ended up happening next and what exactly is going on. So we cut to the next part of the animation here. We have Vegeta facing off against Moro in his less anthropomorphic form. This is Cell or Perfect Cell Moro, and Vegeta is facing off against him, trying to do his best to even land a punch against this guy. But as you're gonna see here in the fighting style in this animation, it isn't easy. And honestly, you can tell that this is a later form of animation for RHG because of the fact that it is brighter color, thicker outlines, more movement, more dialogue, dialogue. There is a lot more going on in this animation than in the previous one, as well as the fact that, keep in mind, this is all made by a beginner tool to animate called Flip-a-Book. You guys can use Flip-a-Book on your own to try to animate the same way, in the same style. Not all of them are as elaborate as this one, but you're gonna see and be awed at the fact that this guy is making this animation with this beginner's tool, and it looks this crisp, it looks this good, it looks this fluid. Also, I just like this whole portion of Gohan explaining to Goku exactly what's going on with Moro and what his abilities are, the fact that he took 73's power, and what he's actually doing to his combatants, like he's stealing their powers. I don't know, I like that Gohan's the one explaining this to Goku. It just makes sense in my opinion, but I honestly like this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and replay it for you, but this looks fucking awesome. So after Moro powers up a little bit after dodging every single one of Vegeta's punches, he actually uses his quick movement and punches Vegeta right in the face, and it looks devastating, throwing him back, beating him up a little bit, and then using his own ability against him. Goku is watching Vegeta being murked by his own abilities, and it is so satisfying to see. Definitely the animation is on point, and that is when we move to Moro 73 facing off against mastered or perfected or final or whatever you want to call this version of Ultra Instinct, White Hair Ultra Instinct. This is the fight that we're getting right now, and as you guys can see right here, this is much later in the animation history of RHG. Look at the detail, look at the effects, look at how many panels are being shown here when it comes to this animation, guys. It is top notch, it is top tier, and it recaptures everything that happened in the manga up to this point beautifully. Honestly, I love it, and I think that it should be given praise as to how far RHG has come with his fan animations, with exactly how much talent there is and how much growth there is in just such a short period of time. So we get a few clips here of Goku facing off against Moro, and Moro is desperately trying to fend Goku off, going as far as stealing Miras's powers and using them to transform in the final battle of Ultra Instinct Goku versus Angel Moro. And honestly, I like that title for Moro, Angel Moro. I think it's great. Now, this is the alternate ending for this matchup, and it goes a very similar way to where the manga goes, with a few little changes, nothing too crazy. But we see here that Moro, Angel Moro, is fully embracing the power of the angels, with Beerus and Whis both looking on in horror or in shock. Whis doesn't have that much of a reaction to this, but you can tell because of his lack of reaction, he actually is kind of worried. And Moro right here is honing in on the fact that this guy whose powers he stole, who was also about to defeat him, is in fact an angel. Now his powers are his. And I just love this clip right here where the power disperses. Let me go ahead and show you guys again.
Oh no.
The effects on this clip are phenomenal. I like it. I love aura effects. I love key effects. So the fact that this has a lot of it and more than it did originally, and more details on top of that, definitely a top tier fan animation. Now I just love this whole part right here because everyone's telling Goku off because Goku should have finished Moro a long time ago, and he was playing around with him and then gave him a senzu on top of that. So I definitely like the fact that they're all pissed off about that. But here we have where the trailer was showing us exactly the latest animation from RHG shows, which is the fight between Angel Moro and Ultra Instinct Goku. Goku goes into his iconic form, facing off against this monster, this titan, and we get an epic battle, a showdown that showcases the best that RHG has to offer in terms of action, in terms of detail, in terms of effects. This is awesome, dude. Look, it's so fast that I can barely even keep my eye. I feel like when they're watching the Cell games, that's exactly how I'm feeling with this. This looks so freaking cool. The abilities, the speed, the techniques, the attacks. Goku on the run from Moro, realizing that Moro is an actual threat, but trying to use diversion tactics against him when it comes to the key abilities, but realizing that because they both have Ultra Instinct, there really isn't much of a point. They're both at a stalemate with Ultra Instinct, and it's something that Goku is having a hard time getting past. Now, if the fight still went this way, if the fight didn't change like it did in the manga, I do believe that Moro would have defeated Goku and Whis would have had to step in along with Beerus, or maybe the Gods of Destruction would have had to step in. But yeah, what ends up happening is the same thing that happens in Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. The power that you're taking, the power that you're stealing, you're not used to it, your body's not used to it. So Moro starts in great animated format, begins to expand and explode and get all grotesque looking and disgusting looking, and he starts falling apart at the seams. If he hadn't have done this, if this hadn't have happened, Moro would be the strongest character in Dragon Ball, and he would have defeated Goku and the Z fighters, which I think would have been really cool. Although I do like Moro, his body not being able to sustain itself, and I do like Goku as Susanoo facing off against Moro, and this is an alternate ending, and Goku just basically ends up destroying Moro as he is collapsing. Similar to Zamasu, the power that they stole is not going to be something that they can rely on because they did not earn the power. That is essentially the reason that he lost. Anyway, this animation, guys, is amazing. I'm going to leave a link again to the actual original animation so you guys can go ahead and check it out in all its glory with all the songs, all the effects, without my narration or full narration on there. Go ahead and check it out. Subscribe to RHG Animations. Let them know that BlackScape sent you. And if you made it to this point of the video, you're now part of the hashtag EndofVideoSquad. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Make sure to drop that comment with that hashtag for a chance to be featured in my next video. Today I'm going to be responding to Bloody Boy Savage. I love this concept so much. I did not see that coming. A different reality is linked into one of different wishes, but if Boo made the wish in one reality, Frieza was never in the Tournament of Power in there, so I wonder what happened in that reality. So you're kind of catching on here exactly what Dragon Ball Reset is all about, and a lot of people actually, especially with me dropping the latest Reset video as my last video with all the Reset chapters so far into one, people are starting to realize the story when you watch it all in one. It has a lot of those fan theories that you guys have been asking and wondering about. A lot of them are true, honestly, and so I'm glad that you guys are figuring it out. I'm gonna have a new chapter of Dragon Ball Reset coming out as soon as possible, so just hold tight, hit notifications, and you guys will be notified as soon as that chapter drops. This is going to be BlackScape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.